All right. So I'm shooting this, so we'll have this for later use.
Hold on.
First of all, each and every one of you are kicking ass. I do want to say that. So interns, coaches, even our office front end. So you guys should clap up for yourselves. We made a big turnaround in the past few months, and it's honestly been because of you guys. So thank you. We need that. First thing, let's look at good cop, bad cop. When do we play the role? Because a lot of times what we're going to find is if we're too soft on our clients, that allows them to continue with the behaviors, habits, actions that have gotten them to where they are today, right? So there's a time to support them, but there's also a time to coach them. And by coach them, I mean the bad cop, being honest with them. So you all should have gone through this. This is in the manifesto. So remember, a friendship should evolve from your time together, but you must maintain a level of authority. If you get too comfortable with your clients, you become less effective, right? What you say means less, and it has less impact. So there is a distance in some way you want to keep, or you want to have a process to continually bring back in the authoritative stance from it, right? So you're an athlete, you know, what would you say what's the relationship with one of your best coaches? Do they keep that coach relationship element there too, or do they get comfortable and stay there?
My previous coach, he kept a distance until later in the season when we showed our talents. But now we have a newer coach and he's more friendly. It's like really off-putting for me because I don't want to be friends with my coach. He's my coach, not my friend. So I understand completely.
As an athlete, and our members are athletes too. He's there to get a result. He's there to be, the best he can be at the sport he's doing, right? So I think just from hearing that perspective, we all can agree that that's important, and it's easy to lose sight of that. But at the same time, you got those hard conversations. The previous coach could have those same hard conversations with you when you're slacking off, when you're not getting your best, right? Now, your new coach, does he have the same level of effectiveness?
No. Whenever he tells me something, because I still have that friend mentality, it doesn't hold the same amount of weight, even though he's still my coach. But it's just
interesting, right? We have the same gift and the same power and opportunity. So, Brian,
Yes.
read off to me. When do I play the good cop?
When do I play off the good cop? When they're down, be honest, but show them you care. When they accomplish something, celebrate, share, and praise for work ethic and wins. When they smile and are proud of something. For when you see them do something they're committed to, like being active away from the gym, etc. There's not a 5. But
I'm just missing it. This is an enter. First was enter. So there's no fifth yet. So every single one of these are habits that we're reinforcing. It's like when someone's training a dog. As stupid as that sounds, it's true. They get the treat when they do a behavior that elicits a reward. So that's when we want to play the good cop. When they're down, we want to pick them up. But at the same time, you have to keep in mind who the person is. Some people respond to authority. Like that's just what gets them up and going and pushes them too. So you have to understand the person as well. We'll dig into that next week when we go over influence and persuasion. Okay. Well, when I played the bad cop?
Okay, so it's when your client takes on a victim mentality and blames other people.
Circumstances, events.
And when a client is inconsistent and is making excuses, we either find a will or find a way. And thirdly, when a client softens, makes poor choices, but is beating themselves up. And fourthly, when the client says they want one thing but act incongruent and then complain.
What's that tell us? Is that, they're going to F up, or we're all going to fall off in whatever we're pursuing. It's not about being perfect, it's about taking ownership of those things. Because we're all guilty of it. We need that person in our life to help us, yes, exactly, right? So if we're soft on them, we're going to allow bad behavior or poor decisions, and we're going to condition that that's okay. And they're going to come in here, and it's going to be this vicious cycle where they're going to get exactly what they got in before, and they're definitely not going to stay for very long if they're just, getting fed the same thing, right? So we have to be that jerk sometimes. We have to call them out. And this environment we've created, as positive and supporting and loving as it is, we have, more importantly, set it up so we can all be honest with ourselves and allow us to be honest with them too. This also puts us in a position as coaches, I've found from experience especially, that if they really hate how we're communicating with them, the openness of this environment gives them the opportunity to come to us and say, look, I don't respond to that shit. But that's great, because it's like, you know, a couple that they're trying to just explain to each other how to communicate with each other. That's great, because it opens communication both ways. I've had clients come to me and say, John, your style does not go with me. It turns me off, shuts me down. And I'm so grateful for that, because I can go back to that person. If I do my due diligence and think of the human being when I'm with them, I can be effective as a coach with them. I know a different way to communicate with them within the framework and, you know, structure. Does that make sense? So you'll learn this as you develop relationships, and especially as you get more experience coaching. So relationship maintenance with the clients. Why do people quit? What are the two top reasons? They get
Injured.
and they stop. Yes, showing up. So principle number 1, Lisa.
Get them to show up. The number one reason people fail and eventually quit is that they stop coming. It's our duty to hold them accountable to showing up. At the end of every workout, you must ask them, we're booked for blank and blank. Or if they're not booked, when is your next workout? Okay, what days can I put you down for?
Do we ask, do you want to come back for a workout? Or do we imply and assume? Just like when someone comes in here to change their life, I assume that they're going to sign up. I don't ask. Same thing with their training, because you're reselling them on the idea of coming back again. I'm selling you guys on the value of what's on this paper, right? It's no different. It's a sale. It's a transaction. We're not talking money though. We're talking about what they're invested in and what they really want to get here. Principle number 2, Bernard.
Make them feel good inside and out. People come to us to exercise and get results, but what they really want is someone to support them, talk, vent to, care about them, push them to become more, hold them accountable, connect with them, believe in them, and see them as what they are worth.
See that they are worth it.
See that they are worth it. As we provide these true benefits to our members, they will stay and pay forever, and we can continue to serve them. The minute it becomes about the number of sessions, the cost per month, the exercises only is when we fail them, we losing the opportunity to serve them with it.
See how the good cop, bad cop, self-honesty, open environment is the foundations for this? This is building on, this is icing on the cake, right? So, people come here for a feeling. A lot of people, if I just look back at the past 3-4 years, or even 7 years I've been doing this, I've found that a lot of times it's not even the people that, this population at least, it's not about them losing that 50 pounds and getting to it. It's about how they feel in the process, knowing someone cares. Because what's usually missing in their life, it'd be great if they lost the 50 pounds, for example, but having someone in their corner, someone that believes in them, someone that motivates them, someone that lifts them up, and other people, because it's not just about us as coaches, that's what they're really investing in here. It's great if they get to the 50 pounds, but that should be a byproduct of all the other stuff, right? So, principle number 3, Candace.
Get to know them. As much as you talk about fitness and nutrition with them, you must make it a priority to get to know about their work life, home life, past, future, etc. You'd be shocked how many people are struggling in their marriage, with their kids, aging parents, and tough work environments. You can probably agree that the more we focus on serving them personally, that their habits will follow. Most people develop bad habits of overeating, drinking, etc. because other area of their life is out of balance, and then the stress pushes them to cope. The more we can counterbalance that, serve and support them, and help them become better people, the more effective we can be at serving them in their lives.
The more we get invested emotionally with them in the right, context of the good cop, bad cop, coach-client relationship, the more it's going to serve them too. Because people don't continue to come because it makes sense financially or something like that. It's because they're emotionally invested with the people they train with and the coach that supports them, right? For the longest time, I used to think it was all about the system. Like, we need this perfect structure of times and, it needs to do this. Like, that stuff's important, but really it's the people. Like, you guys are this action fitness. If you guys disappear, a lot of clients will disappear. Right? I say that because I've seen it happen time after time after time, right? So that relationship that you develop with each person, that's what matters, right? The money will follow that, always. 28 days, have I even focused on talking about how much profit we made from that? How many people, what price point we get them to sign up, or have I made it all about build a freaking relationship with the person? 'Cause that's what matters. They'll sign up for something if we, even if it's just classes, if we just take care of them and support them, right? So, on the next page, you should know number of kids, are they married, divorced, things like that, because that's going to tie in with their goals, their needs, their wants, their desires too, right? Like a lot of people come here and think they want to lose weight, but really, what do they want? Each one of you give me one thing that someone wants walking in this door.
For instance, I thought I wanted to lose weight, but I see now that it was way more than that. It was more of like, I needed to boost my self-confidence and self-esteem to get my head in the right place. Which the
100%.
weight helped that, but
Now they want support. Strength.
Mentally, physically, emotionally.
They wanna, like you said, they want the support, that confidence, they wanna be more of a self-improvement person. Like,
This is actual self-help. It's like, you get all those motivational books. This is actual grind, like,
They want like, not friends, come.
They do.
They want, like
Community.
someone to like update with their lives and
somebody
you see them weekly, friends.
Yeah, outside person to just talk about their lives, but someone that's, not in their inner circle, it's just so they can open up more. And, yeah, build connections with other
a
people.
lot of them might not even have an inner circle
Yeah.
until they come here,
That's
really,
friends.
yeah.
They might have their partner, which they're miserable with.
Mhm.
Sometimes.
Like, I didn't really have an inner circle at all until I came here.
Had your kids.
I had my kids and then my miserable relationship, that was it. So.
She is not alone there. That is very common. Most people I find are not happy, at least the ones that we serve and walk in this door, So, does that make sense? Why that is so important? Lori, principle number 4.
Get them excited. In this world, and especially in DC metro area, most people have little to get excited about aside from their kids and successes, happy hours, or vacations. It's our job to get them passionate about life, teach them that they deserve the best and for their dreams to come true. I've helped people leave bad marriages, jobs that they hated, and pursue their passions and completely change their outlook on life. You have the same gift to influence and inspire. It's quite simple. 1, give them an incredibly energetic and fun experience every visit, and 2, mentally coach them to get excited about the future.
Isn't that pretty straightforward? Experience how they, what? When they walk in this door, what's more important? The sets and reps or how they feel? Exactly. The feeling is 90% mental, and then there's some working out that needs to be done somewhere in that hour. Sometimes not very much. So the experience is huge. If you have the connection, if you have the rapport, if you have the influence, you could give them an incredible experience. If their know, like, and trust factor is low, then we can't give them because we don't have a connection. If it's high, if they believe in us, we can over deliver. When you go to Disney World, do you go there because they have the coolest rides in the world or because of how they make you?
Yeah.
Exactly, 100%. That is what we're about. That's what will get them to make better decisions out there. It's not the technical. You see the difference? There's better training systems out there. I will tell you that up front. That is okay because there's a difference between doing everything perfectly and getting it done. All right? So, let's go. Ryan,
Yes.
number 5.
Most employers, stay connected between sessions. Most employers and gyms frown upon getting too personal with their clients. I strongly encourage it. We must be taking ownership of our members and gaps in between their training sessions when most of their decisions and actions are made. The more we own this and master this area of our lives, the better we can become as people and have a higher quality of life. This is done through coffee after sessions or on days we don't train them, shooting personal messages to boost them up, checking in on them after seeing they have had a rough day or tough workout. This includes but is not limited to emails, text messages, and Facebook messages.
What does that show them that we care? It can be as little or as much as you need. You feel that. But it goes back to our foundation, which is keeping a balance of authority and friendship, because that cannot get shifted too much. All right. Number 6, Joel.
Alright, it's, make them feel special. So birthdays, weddings, even loss of a loved one, when they have something unique and important to them going on in their life, let it be known to everyone in our community and connect with them on it. Social media is a great connection. We can tag them, share great photos of their accomplishments or special moments. Most people go through their day with the minimal, if any, interaction with other people. Physical touch from another human, high fives, fist bumps go a long way. Recognition or appreciation. It's our duty to serve them in this sense, recognize their work and celebrate them.
Makes sense, I think. Okay. So, with that being said, reinvesting in them financially, emotionally, you name it. Like if someone's birthday is coming up, make it be known. You guys notice I try to keep up with this, tagging people once their birthdays, calling them. I like pretty much all of our clients, I call them on their birthday. That like they honestly may not get that call from someone. So my buddy, he works in like the title business, the mortgage business, which is a very dry, bland, like office-based, transactional business. It's not very warm and friendly, but what separates him, I remember this because he told me this a year ago and I swiped it from him. He calls every single one of his former, current, and potentially future people on their birthdays. It's on his daily task list, already set up in the system, which we actually have as well with birthday cards, okay? Now, he told me a story of why he did it and why he continues to do it. One person said he called her late at night. He almost forgot to call her that day. And she said, wow, no one else has called me. It's my birthday. You called me.
Wow.
The guy that like sold her a house like 3 or 4 years ago.
Wow.
And she's come back to him, not because of that, but probably because of that at the same time, you know? Like, but forget about the business, the money, like the fact that you did that for another person is really cool. You know, because most people don't think of anyone else aside from themselves, but also they go out of their way just for like basically a stranger like that. That's cool. You know, because think about how you would feel if you gave that same thing to them. Right? If that was one of our clients, as a current client, you think they'd feel 10 times more appreciated next time they walk in the door and possibly value themselves more and want to work a little bit harder, make better decisions, and impact their life. See how it's little things consistently. Okay? All right, any questions on client experience, the relationship, good cop, bad cop?
Can I just say something about the card thing?
Mhm.
We sent a card to someone who had been out sick and a bunch of signatures of the different people. And she posted, when she got it in the mail, someone had passed away in her family, that's what it was. And she posted it on Facebook. This is the reason I go to AF, because of the community. And she posted all the signatures that we sent her.
She has been a member. I know who that is. You may have seen the picture. She's been a member for over a year. She has not reached her weight loss goal. Albeit she has had a lot of shit personally going on. Family, it's a terrible story if you know it. Like, just very nasty things happening. She keeps coming back, not because she's seeing continued weight loss progress, which would be great, but more importantly, how she feels every time she walks in the door. And once she stops coming, she gets called. Because, yeah, sure, we want her as a member, but more importantly, we want to know what the hell's going on in her life that would make her stop working out. Right? That is what it's all about. Those things, like, it is your responsibility as members, interns, I don't care if you're just working an hour a day at the front desk, it is your responsibility to speak up, say something, go out of your way to let myself, Candace, everyone else know what's going on. Because this is a team effort. If you just try to support that person yourself, fantastic, but it's 10 times more powerful when we come at it as a team. If you find that someone's brother's dying of cancer, like, we should know that. Because then we can make it known that, you know, we care. And it could be something as simple as, you know, us texting her, shooting her a Facebook message, or saying something the next time she comes in. That makes such a difference. That's what every other fucking gym in this county, within 100 miles of here, does not do. I can promise you that. I've been members of a lot of them, and I've trained out of a lot of them. Right? All right, coaching clients on nutrition. Everyone on to the next page. Cool. So what's the perfect diet for the client you're talking to? Is it paleo? Is it Weight Watchers? Is it gluten-free? So this is what I believe the truth about nutrition is, okay? Most diet options out there work, but it's not really what they're eating, which is important. It's the habits, attitudes, and beliefs around it, okay? Environment with lifestyle also matter too. That's where our influence as coaches can come into play. So most people we help have some awareness around what's helping them and what isn't. If we ask them to be honest, it's very interesting. If you let's say I'm coaching, communicating with Lori, I say honestly, and then I ask her a question that I need the truth about. She will tell me. So as coaches, use that. That is a fantastic but simplistic communication technique. Okay? Honestly, why are you cheating on your diet? She has no other option but decided to tell me what the is really going on. It pigeonholes her, but it's in order to serve her, right? So they know what to eat. I think you take 10 clients that are not reaching the goals nutritionally, and you ask them, do you know how to eat healthy? They're going to say yes and roll their eyes because they know. They're not being honest with themselves, okay? But it's not a matter of shaming them, making them feel bad. It's about opening up the dialogue and finding out what they can do next. So, most people we help have some awareness around what's helping them, what isn't. After serving probably over 1,000 people in the past 7 years, I found the following approach which works best in my style, okay? And you can adapt this, but the reason why I want to talk about this today is because I want us all on the same page. So at least it's a starting point, okay? Your communication style, your own clients, how you manage them, how you communicate with them beyond this is up to you as long as it's something that's working. I just want us to have the same mindset and tackle any disagreements or agreements here or anything else you want to add in. Okay, so here's what I found to serve someone best in the following order. Quality of their foods, get the shit out. The quantity of the foods, the portions, and then we worry about fat, carb, protein balance. Don't throw someone on a ketogenic diet if they don't even know what quality food is, right? Okay, so these also only work if they are on top of their life and manage their time, stress, and other areas. Because we can give someone the perfect nutrition plan for them, but if they're stressed out of their mind and the other shit isn't taken care of, it's not going to matter. I fall off of my nutrition plan, and it's never because the plan is too hard, it's because I let other things distract me if I'm being honest about it. Okay? So, here's a simple process that I use, and that goes through those 3 layers of nutrition. Bernard, question number 1, what do we ask?
Do you have processed foods, flour products, sugar, diet soda, fast food, or etc. in your diet? If yes, start here and focus on getting this out as a habit. If no, move on.
Would that probably get someone that has that in their diet to feel better, hormonally crave less crap, and see progress? Yeah. Okay, start there. Why give them a calorie goal if they're shit in their diet? Start there, okay? Number 2, Ryan.
Do you prepare food in advance to save time, money, and improve your health? If no, assign the habit of. If yes, how frequent? 1. I find to be successful, you should be prepping 2 times per week.
Depends on the person, too. I know people that have done power supply and prep once a week. That works, right? That doesn't matter, though. That's just one of many options, right? That's like someone saying I can only train twice a week versus 3 times a week. They still need to train. Doesn't change. Lori, why don't you tell a story about what we've done with your nutrition, just the simple tweaks we made in the past few months and what it's done for you.
I've started using the crock pot for almost all my meals, and
Because her excuse was, if we're just being honest, I can't stand and cook, right?
it's hard to stand and cook and use the oven and all that stuff. Yeah.
Right. So did that help you?
Absolutely, I have food every night now.
Do you feel better?
Yeah,
Are you less stressed about what to eat?
yeah,
Okay. Are you eating healthier than you were before?
I am,
Are
and
you
I'm bringing food to work.
Are you saving money?
Yeah,
Are you eating less Quest bars?
yeah.
Yes, that was a loaded question. So, does everyone see what it's done for her? And how much weight have you lost in the 28-day challenge?
Oh, 8 pounds?
Only 8 pounds in 21 days, not bad. So, has that pushed you through your wall block that you were hitting?
Yes, yes.
Okay, were you eating relatively quality foods before that?
I was eating quality food. I just wasn't eating enough.
So what was the
I don't
next step? Layer one was quality,
food.
layer two is quantity. Yeah,
That's what was.
did that solve it? Did I give her macronutrient plan with recipes and did I give her a crock pot?
You gave me a crock.
That's what we should buy all of our clients, crock pot. So does that make sense? Everyone's unique, but it's the same framework. Like, if we all got on the same workout plan, we still need to be training 2 to 3 times a week if we want to see progress, but we may be doing slightly different exercises within the same category of movements with different weights. Right? Same thing with someone in the food. It's just another process with a lot more challenges. Okay? So, number 3, Joel.
How often do you consume alcohol? And if more than once per week, cutting down to one is a good goal. If it is 1 or 2 times per week, just be honest about it and how it's going to hinder their progress to find out what they really want.
This is an interesting one because, I find that it's a part of our lifestyle, has been since the, alcohol was discovered, right? So you have to look at the person and what makes them happy. Does it make, because usually, and I can relate to this is why I've chosen to add alcohol back in my life, is because I feel like I can't connect with people around, that's how we connect. Not saying we need to drink and get hammered together, but if, we tend to go out to dinner and to have, more on the social end of things, alcohol naturally is a part of that. And if I'm happy and I'm still progressing and I'm balancing another area of my life in a positive way because of that, I personally have changed my mindset to believe there's nothing wrong with that. Now, if I'm one of our clients and I'm choosing to drink with friends, family, significant others, once, twice, 3 times a week, but I'm killing myself because I'm not reaching my goals, that's a problem, right? So if that person walks in here with a smile on their face, super excited about life, and they go out 2 to 3 times a week, but they're not bitching, they're not complaining, and they're happy, great. I believe we're serving that person. Would you guys agree? If they want more, let's give them more. Let's challenge them with that. But I think we could all say that cutting back to once or twice a week is probably what we should be helping them strive for, regardless of what their happy goals are. Anyone else want to share input on the alcohol factor? This is probably one of the most common challenges.
And the only other thing that makes it really complicated is why the person's drinking. And if you're a legitimate alcoholic, that's a problem.
And that's where we come in as coaches. It's important. Well, the only way we can figure out why is if we ask the right types of questions.
And they might not even know
I was gonna
why.
say.
Or, they might not know they're alcoholics.
Mhm.
Often they don't.
We discover things like that by asking the right questions, right? But it usually comes from a problem, solving a problem. That comes about when we ask what's really going on or, where their challenges are. Because then they'll say, I drink a little too much. How often do you drink? Just 6 days a week. That's a problem, right? So that's where the framework of our communication structure really comes to life, okay? Lori, balance of meals.
Balanced meals, do you start every meal with protein? If yes, how much? Ideally 4 to 6 ounces or a large fist. If the answer is no, this is a vital habit. Do you pack your plates with vegetables? If yes, great. If no, this ties in with the protein habit. Do you have carbs around your workouts and healthy fats at other times? If yes, great. If no, this adds to the protein habit.
Simple. You notice what we want? Remember, it's quality, quantity, then balance. We're talking balance right now. Keep it this simple, and you'll get them 80 to 90% of where they want to be. Okay, if they want to do that extra 10%, they're going to have to do shit that like Candace is doing, which is very fun. But if they want it, that's what they got to do usually. They get that extra 10 pounds off that they've been fighting. Okay, but get them to that point and let them make the decision on their own. Because a lot of people just don't want to pay the price to get to that extra, level.
Plus, you just can't until your head's in the right spot. You just can't.
It's true.
You have to have a because I always ate pretty well, but to do this and change my mindset, completely two different person, basically. Like, I couldn't do this And I ate well, you know, but you have to be ready, the client has to come to you. They have to be ready, their mind's gotta be in the right spot. You can't have any emotional reactions to food, like you just have to just eat to perform.
My belief is that most people aren't willing to do that. I know this guy, and he's got a gym, not as cool as ours, of course, but a little bit bigger, same structure, very personal. This guy is a ruthless fucker. Like, he just says whatever he wants, and I love him for it, because he's so just raw, honest, and congruent, okay? He has convinced all of his freaking clients to eat like that, like to count every calorie and stuff, but that's a very, 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 very small percentage of the people. If that's what we want to do, that's not our goal here. If that's what we wanted to do, we could be effective doing it, but we would push a lot of our current clientele away from that.
And most people can't do it for a long period of time. They can do it for a couple months.
Because they value being lean, healthy, sexy, feeling good physically, mentally, emotionally, but they also value connection with others through food a lot of times, because food is a social outlet or tool. Number 5, Candace.
If you're struggling to find clear, specific strategies, let it come from within them. Use the following question process. What do you feel like needs to change the most with your habits? Where do you feel like you're not being totally honest with yourself regarding your nutrition? Where do you fall off the wagon?
That gives you all the tools, resources, and information you need to help them take the next step. Everyone's next step is going to be different. Use the questions. That'll help you get the answers that they need and that you want to get for them. Don't decide for them. If they say, yeah, I'm not really seeing a difference in the scale. It's been 2 weeks. The last thing you want to do is say, okay, cool. Well, let's count some calories. Like, find out what the next step is. This is just a big circle we're just running right here. So it's all going to feed back through itself. This only works if we have, flipping back to page 1, don't do it. Good cop, bad cop relationship, authority, influence, rapport, right? So let's see how this stacked upon each other. This is the strategy, the simple playbook, after all the other work is done, okay? So, last thing, your goal is to use proven strategies, prepping in advance, planning in advance, and making it a priority to align with the answers that come from within them, all right? If you talk to them, they won't internalize it as well. Versus if they tell you they can take ownership of this. You guys have probably noticed me communicating this way, because I've invested a lot in learning deep, influential communication skills. Have you ever heard me say, I need you to make me a promise? Does anyone notice that? Because if someone makes you a promise, if I say, Joel, you're here every day at 5:30 in the morning, or a couple times a week, right? Can you make me one simple promise? Check the mail as soon as you walk in. Can you do that?
Yes.
He's probably, him saying yes right there. I know it's not a true commitment. It's stupid simple as what that was I just did with him. He's going to check the mail more often than not now. And if I ask him about it and do my part, he's going to check it every time he walks in. That is no different than us influencing someone to prep their food. No different. As coaches, it's our duty and responsibility to then ask him every Monday, did you check the mail last week? Check the mail last week, because that promise actually has life, right? If you want to help someone to do something that's going to serve their self-interest and better everyone, that is the best way to communicate that. Make a promise, ask them to be honest. Those little things make a big difference. So use the framework of the question and goal setting process and be flexible to match specifically what they want / need and are committed to doing. Okay? What I recommend we do every check-in. We have check-ins coming up, and I know it's scheduled for this week. We're probably going to put it on to the following week after the challenge. So we want to set 3 habit-based goals to make them clear on their focus. The results will follow if they stay committed, which is our responsibility to make sure they do. An example. Let's use you as a case study. Okay, what are 3 things I had you do last time we? Okay. I know one of them is.
The last time we met, you mean the
Last session. You've been cooking with a crock pot, right?
Oh, yeah.
Is that one of the things we talked about?
Oh, yeah,
Has that gotten you a majority of the results that you wanted?
it's getting there.
Okay, planning and prepping your food, that tied in with it, but I remember that being a goal.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay, what's another one? But as coaches,
Preparing for the next Spartan race, which meant doing upper body work.
right, keep it simple.
Yes.
If we focus on those three things, she's gonna get most of the way that she wants to be. Cool. All right, anything else you guys wanna cover today? No?
Well, I mean, the workout, I need help with
Oh, yeah, okay,
making the
yeah.
workout.
Yeah, we'll do a workout, let me cut this off.